Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to Big Bacon's Collection. I'm your host, Big Bacon, coming to you from the secret underground bacon bunker. Today, on Small Joe Sunday, we're going to be looking at the Pursuit of Cobra Jungle Attack Duke. Now, the Pursuit of Cobra line was a fun line where they tried transitioning from the movie figures, the Rise of Cobra movie figures, to the more traditional looking Joes. In some cases. In other cases, it was just specific combat related scenarios. City Strike, Arctic Threat. It was a jungle version and a desert version that they divided a bunch of figures up into. This is the jungle version of the Duke. So as always, we're going to look at the accessories, we're going to look at the figure, we're going to check the articulation, and then we're going to throw them up on a shelf. So he comes with a nicely detailed, well, not even detailed, but a good looking knife, almost a small machete looking thing, all done up. Looking at it, I want to say this is silver paint. Yeah. It was cast in black and then the entire thing was painted silver. Blade doesn't really have a whole lot to it. There is a production stamp on it. The handle is slightly textured. But all in all, it's just a simple little piece. Comes with a flashlight, because nothing screams we're in the jungle like a flashlight. The end has absolutely no detail to it, but the shape is unmistakably a flashlight. He comes with a backpack. Now the backpack is done in a very similar camo pattern to what he has on his pants. It has an elastic piece that you can actually... Okay, put that back on there wrong. No. Lay flat. Anyways, as I was trying to say before I so rudely interrupted myself, with the straps in place, you can take things like additional weaponry, rifles, or whatever. And if your nails work properly, you could tuck them on the pack under the strap and carry them. So I thought that was a great idea. Sculpt-wise, there's a lot of texture to this. A lot of molded in buckles, straps, seam lines even. Now the straps attach permanently down here. And yes, there is a little thing inside there, and guess what? You can just fit this flashlight right up in there. If you're putting it in normally and not trying to do it while looking through a camera lens. And you've stowed that. Doesn't fall out, it's good and secure in there. And he comes with a rifle. Now I love this rifle. This is an actual authentic looking rifle. Collapsible stock, improved optics, front forward sight post, tactical foregrip, no trigger guard, which any actual rifle would have. Looks like a actual 30 round magazine. Extended on the barrel, which cuts down on the fire rate but improves accuracy. Sometimes on these things, yeah. Little button there that I think is supposed to be the selector switch. No molded ejection port, which is disappointing, because the rest of the sculpt is on point. Now it's done all in black, no paint apps to it. But looking at most weapons, there's not a lot of color to them. Unless you're specifically buying one that's painted to look, or dry-coated, or whatever they do to them. Also comes with a figure stand named Duke on the front. G.I. Joe logo on the top, double pegs. Now let's move on to the figure. The head sculpt on this looks more like the cartoon comic version than it does the movie version. And this is what I meant by the attempt to transition to more familiar look. Got this really cool headband that goes all the way around the top. Can't tell if that's supposed to be an age line or a scar on his face. Because it's not, there's not one really apparent over here. But over here, a great big line. So I don't know. He's got the Rise of Cobra style body armor, but with the bare arms and actual camo pants. So that's, once again, transitioning from the look of that movie to the more traditional looks. Now, he's got camo painted on his arms. Why he didn't have it on his face as well makes no sense, but hey, whatever. They did a nice mud splatter look on the forearms. Gloved hands. He's got this LBE white out in the back, multiple pouches. Actually has a couple of paint apps to it. I appreciate that. The paint apps up here on the shoulders are not bad. You get down here, there's a little bit of overpaint on with the silver for the magazines they put on there. Green is done fairly nicely. Great big sheath here on the front, which will actually hold his machete. The pants are done in a strange camo pattern. What I meant when I said earlier is the color of this is close to what's on the backpack. It's got strange digital dotting. And if you look, the paint here, that's actually pretty close to what's up above. But it looks like they also mud splattered or muddied or messed up his pants too. Which I like. It gives it it's a nice detail. Boots are just a standard, well, they're not standard combat boots. Can't tell you what kind of boots they are. I'm not overly impressed with the boots. So, let's get him geared up on a stand and on the shelf. Feet pegged nicely on this stand. Oh, actually I forgot. Ball joint at the top of the head allows for no real up and down, no real tilt, but good side to side. Arms, as always, on these 4 inchers, hinge up well above 90. Full rotation, too early for butterfly joints. Single jointed elbow, comes up to 90, rotates at the elbow. Wrist rotates but has no hinge. There is a mid-torso cut, but with this heavy gear on him, you really can't utilize a lot of it. You do get rotation though. Come off. Told you they peg in nicely. Legs kick forward that far. Out really well. Back some. Got a double jointed knee with a great range to it. Foot hinges back that far. Forward only that far. And rotate at the ankle, but there's no rocker. Now let's get him geared up, pegged in, and on the shelf. Let's do the weapon first. That'll be the most interesting. Rotate that hand a little bit, drop it down, give it that carried look. The one thing I'm not a huge fan of on some of these is just how shallow the hands are. You don't really get a great grip on a lot of the weaponry. So the backpack on here, and he is geared up and ready to go. So let's get him up on the shelf. Oh. Yep, slight change from before. We have extended the riser system. I do need to get to work on actually detailing some of it, but there we have it. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, comment, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you all next time.